We're learning more today about the heartbreaking reality for the hundreds of migrant children here in the United States and their possible permanent separation from their parents. Lawyers say they have yet to track down the parents of 545 children separated by the Trump administration. About two-thirds of those parents were deported to Central America before a federal judge ordered that they be tracked down. The harrowing, lasting effects from 3 years ago from the Trump administration's under-the-radar test of a no-tolerance separation policy, despite being warned of these precise consequences. NBC's Jacob Soboroff has been on this story since the beginning, and he spoke with a father deported to Honduras and his 8-year-old son staying with family in California over Zoom earlier this week. They don't know when or if they'll be reunited.
You have a birthday coming up?
Yeah.
How old are you going to be?
9.
What do you think you're going to get, or what do you want to get, buddy?
My dad.
You want to get your dad for your birthday. That would be a nice present, huh, bud?
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why we don't talk often, because it's very complicated. It's very painful. That's part of the reason why he doesn't talk to his brother as often, because they both start crying, and then I want to cry as well. You suffer through every day. And I would like many people to know everything we go through, especially right now, because there's a pandemic. It is very difficult.
Joining our conversation is Jacob Soboroff, who, as I said, has been reporting on this story since the beginning for us. He's also written a best-selling book about it, the author of Separated: Inside an American Tragedy. Donna's with us as well. Jacob, you know, we always try to sort of button our conversations about this policy, this bucket of policies from Donald Trump's DOJ with what's the status of the families that were separated, and we don't always know. Now we know it's 545 children still separated from moms and dads. What are they going to do?
They don't know, just like the father and son, Nicole, who it's almost twisted to say are the lucky ones who at least the government has tracked that father down. He's now represented by Al Otro Lado, a pro bono legal services firm that's trying to bring him back to reunite him with his son in the United States. And since this story has broken, the fact that they cannot track down 545 parents who they deported without their children even before the zero tolerance policy began. Now you have the White House pushing back on this. You have the DHS pushing back on this, saying that parents don't want to be reunited effectively with their son or daughter who's still in the United States. And it couldn't be further from the truth. Let's just look at what the options are. The options are to be to have your child deported to the country that you fled, to safety in the United States. Or the other option is to leave them with a sponsor or an extended family member in the United States, because getting back to the U.S. for reunification is so incredibly difficult under the terms of the settlement agreement. And so, again, just disingenuous language from the White House and from DHS about what's really going on here, a policy that was effectively torture, according to Physicians for Human Rights. And just like you said, they knew what the consequences were going to be, and here they are today.
Name names. Who? Who's pushing back? Who? Who from DHS and who from the White House?
The spokesperson for DHS, I think we have the tweet, if we can show it on the screen, literally just tweeted moments before we came on the air, trying to push back on our own colleague, Chase Jennings. There you go. This narrative has been dispelled on the current litigation. Out of 485 children whom plaintiffs' counsel has been able to contact, they've yet to identify a single family that wants their child reunited with them in their country of origin. The translation is, in the country they ran away from, whether they were fleeing violence or persecution or starvation or malnutrition, whatever the case may be. The framing is just completely incorrect here. The idea that they don't want their child sent back with them because they don't want their child, no, you're a parent, I'm a parent, but you don't have to be a parent to understand. No parent wants to abandon their child in a completely different country for no reason. It's because reunification is not an option in the way these families want.
Well, Jacob, let me just say, I mean, I don't know who Chase is, but other men and women who were associated with this policy and are now out of the government are running so far and so fast from the stench of this government-sanctioned cruelty and child abuse that maybe they should form a support group. I mean, are they still defending the policy?
Well, that's what I find unbelievable as well. Yes, I look, trust me, I think the last thing that the Trump administration and Donald Trump wants to talk about is one of the great signature failures, retreats of his administration. This policy that tortured, as I said, in the words of Physicians for Human Rights, government-sanctioned child abuse, in the words of American Academy of Pediatrics, they perpetrated on 5,500 children and continues in some form to this day. DHS was warned. Kirstjen Nielsen was warned. Jeff Sessions and Rod Rosenstein were warned. HHS was warned, and they moved forward with it anyway. This is the last thing that I think that they want to be talking about right now, but we must because of the children.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.